They are orphans that we buy at the store. We love to rub our hands on them, and they yell at strangers.
We're talking about dogs, but are they hiding a dark secret?
Yes. By faking submission, dogs have wormed their way into all facets of life. They guard our homes.
Lead our blind.
And smell our cancer.
But lurking deep in their DNA is a violent past.
Dogs evolved from one of the most feared predators ever.
Sharks and tigers.
No.
Fire?
Closer. Wolves. We're talking about wolves again.
We're knowledge experts. I'm Bruce LaPierre, this is Chuck Weldon, and Gordon Phipp.
What's your name?
Most people, when they touch a dog, they say, "This isn't a wolf." But that wasn't always the case. There was a time when you couldn't touch a dog without it being a wolf. How did that change? And why? Are there answers to these questions? If so, what are they? The answer may be simpler than you think.
To early man, animals were a new technology. Cows were like cell phones, chickens, the internet.
But instead of using a cow to look up something on a chicken, you'd raise them both from birth, then eat them.
It's called domestication, and we've done it to all the best animals.
Including pigs, sheep, horses, bees, silkworms, fish, alligators, and hawks.
Of course, not all animals lasted as tools. The alligator was famously unwilling to pull a plow, and hawk's milk, well, at best, that was a misnomer.
So how does this explain how a wolf got to be basically a furry clown whose poo we're responsible for?
It doesn't, but this does.
People got so good at having animals be born where they live, they had more food than they knew what to do with.
These days, when we have too much technology, like cell phones and internet, we throw it in the garbage. Well, they did the same, but their technology was food, and their garbage was wolves.
Unfortunately, the garbage had trouble distinguishing the difference between table scraps and sleeping men.
In an effort to clear things up, a deal was struck. Wolves were allowed to be people's garbage as long as humans could decide which wolves could have sex into each other, thus breeding the murder out of them.
Wolves agreed, and humans were free to make funny combinations.
Almost overnight, the schnauzer emerged. And only the schnauzer.
For 1,000 years, wolves were schnauzers, as is evidenced by these cave drawings that I've done.
Slowly, many breeds took shape. Mastiffs. And today, there are thousands of varieties of dogs.
So you see, with a little ingenuity and a lot of luck, humans changed wolves into dogs.
The question is, can we change them back?
I think we can. If we just... To calculate something's total sword, you simply add its height in swords, its weight in swords, and divide the latter by the former. Easy and very sensible.